simple chicken bouillon cube might weigh just 4 grams, but it can contain the essence of an entire pot of broth. How does a tiny little thing pack such a powerful punch? The secret lies in the process that transforms real chicken, vegetables, and seasoning into a savage, flavor-packed cube. What exactly goes into it? And is there real chicken in every bite? Let's break down the step-by-step process of how these cubes are made, including a surprising ingredient you would never expect. So hold your seat, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel before we start the proceedings. The process begins with the careful selection of raw materials, as each component plays a crucial role in creating the cube's complex flavor. Large-scale manufacturers source chicken directly from poultry processing plants. The goal is to utilize the parts of the chicken rich in gelatin and umami compounds, which are present in meat and bones. These ingredients are essential for achieving the deep, meaty taste that defines a good bouillon cube. The rest of poultry is typically collected as byproducts from chicken processing lines while creating as little waste as possible. Vegetables such as onions, celery, carrots, and garlic are also part of the equation, but instead of being used fresh, they undergo dehydration at high temperatures to remove moisture without compromising their essential oils and volatile flavor compounds. This process intensifies their taste, and that's how manufacturers can use very minute quantities while still delivering a punch of natural sweetness and earthiness. It's like creating a compressed zip file so that you can email important documents without exceeding file limit size. Another key raw material is salt, which acts as both a preservative and taste enhancer. For the bouillon cube, the preferred one is industrial-grade micronized salt rather than the common bond of sodium and chloride. The industrial competition of common salt has finer granules that distribute more evenly through the mixture. The surprising ingredient that you might never guess is sugar. The common logic says bouillon cubes are purely made up of savory flavors, but a small amount of glucose syrup, cane sugar, or caramelized sugar is added to balance the intense saltiness and enhance the overall depth of flavor. If you are also wondering why you have not tasted any sweet cube, your wonder is justified. This sugar smooths out the sharp edges in taste, just like how chefs add a pinch of sugar to sauces or broths to create a more rounded flavor profile. In some cases, caramelized sugar is also responsible for the cube's slightly golden hue, further contributing to its visual appeal. Once all the raw ingredients are gathered, they will be processed in massive industrial cookers designed to extract maximum flavor. Chicken bones, meat, and fat are simmered for 6 to 12 hours in pressurized vats, which can hold thousands of liters at a time. The high temperatures break down collagen into gelatin and release a thick, nutrient-rich broth. Simultaneously, natural fats rise to the surface, where they are either skimmed off or emulsified back into the mixture, depending on the desired richness of the final product. Despite the long cooking process, this broth still contains a high percentage of water. This is disastrous for direct use in bouillon cubes. So, to concentrate further, manufacturers rely on vacuum evaporation, a technique where water is removed under low pressure. It allows for evaporation at much lower temperatures than traditional boiling, while preserving delicate aromatic compounds which are smoked under intense heat. The concentrated broth will now undergo filtration and purification to remove any unwanted particles or excess fat. This ensures that the final product is free from impurities for a smoother and cleaner taste. Some manufacturers add natural antioxidant compounds at this stage, such as tocopherols, to prevent oxidation and improve shelf life. After the preparation of chicken extract, it will now move to the blending phase, where it will be combined with salt, seasonings, starches, and fats in giant ribbon blenders. These industrial machines make a uniform mixture without leaving any inconsistencies in taste. At this stage, monosodium glutamine is added along with disodium inositol and disodium guanylate. These are the nucleotides that work with the MSG to increase the impact of umami. We derive these compounds from fermented mushrooms, yeast, or fish to create a deep, complex broth taste without requiring hours of slow cooking. The broth part is done, but what about texture? It is just as important as taste. Remember, sometimes we leave a product just because it doesn't look great. Industrials know this psychology very well. So, to prevent the cubes from crumbling prematurely, binding agents such as modified starch, maltodextrin, and hydrogenated vegetable oil are incorporated. These ingredients help to maintain the cube structure while making it an excellent dissolving agent in hot water. When the blending is done, the mixture looks like a thick, dough-like consistency, ready for molding and compression. Now, the paste will be forced through shaping machines, which will form precise, uniform cubes. However, to guarantee structural integrity, the freshly shaped cubes undergo compression molding. Here, the hydraulic presses apply extreme pressure to solidify the cubes into the dense, compact block that won't crumble prematurely. Some brands prefer cold pressing techniques, which use mechanical force instead of heat. In this way, they preserve the flavor of the cube's volatile compounds. Once shaped, the cubes are transferred onto conveyor belts, leading to specialized drying chambers. Here, the goal is to remove any residual moisture while preserving the essential flavor. This is done at controlled temperatures, as too much heat can damage unstable aromatic compounds. The drying phase typically lasts several hours, during which the cubes gradually harden into their final form. Now the cubes are ready. Every batch of these will be subjected to sensory evaluation before packaging. It is very interesting as they test how quickly the cube dissolves, the salt balances, and how well the flavors develop in hot water. Simultaneously, chemical analysis is also done using chromatography and spectrophotometry to ensure ingredient consistency and any potential contaminant. Quality control is so strict for these cubes that even X-ray scanners and metal detectors inspect the cubes for foreign particles. You know what will happen with the batch that fails these tests. Yes, it will be discarded or go again for reprocessing. After passing all quality checks, the Bouillon cubes move to the packaging phase, where they are sealed using different methods. Some manufacturers individually wrap each cube in waxed aluminum foil for moisture protection, while others use blister packs for easy storage and dispensing. You've seen those in the supermarket. What you have not seen is the bulk packaging and resealable pouches. This type is common for restaurants and catering services. The final step involves batch coding and labeling, where production dates and tracking numbers will be printed to ensure full traceability. The boxes are then palletized and sent to distribution centers worldwide. The retail managers and sales team will now make them accessible for you through supermarkets and food suppliers. Long before Bouillon cubes existed, the foundation of great cooking was a well-made broth. Cooks have been simmering meat, bones, and vegetables for hours to carefully extract deep flavors as a base for soups, stews, and sauces. But as the world changed, so did the way people cooked. The demand for a faster, more convenient alternative to traditional stock led to one of the most revolutionary food inventions of the 20th century, the Bouillon cube. The journey began in 1847, when German chemist Justus von Liebig developed a concentrated meat extract. His goal was to create a nutrient-dense, long-lasting broth substitute, but this solution remained expensive and impractical for most households. The real breakthrough came decades later, when Swiss food manufacturer Julius Maggi introduced the first solid bouillon cube in 1908. Around the same time, OXO 1910 and Knorr 1912 also put forward their refined versions, which expanded the product's reach worldwide. These tasty little cubes gained popularity quickly, especially during World War I and World War II, when they became a key ingredient in military rations. Soldiers and civilians both relied on these small cubes to add rich, meaty flavors to their meals with minimal effort. As time passed, the advancements in food science enabled manufacturers to develop more refined flavors and vegetable-based variations to cater to the diverse cuisines around the world. A bouillon cube may seem small, but behind it lies over a century of culinary innovation. From wartime rations to modern kitchens, it has transformed how we cook and made deep, complex flavors instantly accessible. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of bouillon cubes, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into food history. Until next time, keep cooking and exploring the hidden stories behind the foods we love. Stay curious, stay alive.